The Secrets of Lasting Happiness. Discover the key to true joy. Introduction. What if happiness wasn't something you had to chase? What if it was already within you, waiting to be unlocked? Happiness is not just a moment of joy. It's not a fleeting high or a lucky break. True happiness lasts. It's deep, steady, and unshaken by life's ups and downs. And the best part, you can create it for yourself. This book is your guide to lasting happiness. Not through quick fixes or empty promises, but through real, proven principles. You will discover what truly makes people happy and what holds them back. You will learn how to cultivate joy, build meaningful connections, and create a life filled with purpose. The path to happiness is not complicated. It doesn't require perfection or drastic change. It begins with small shifts in how you think, how you act, and how you see the world. Each chapter in this book will take you one step closer. You will explore the power of gratitude, the strength of resilience, and the joy of giving. You will learn how to quiet your mind, embrace simplicity, and find fulfillment in everyday moments. This is more than just a book, it's an experience. By the end, you will have the tools to create happiness that lasts. Not just for a day, not just for a season, but for a lifetime. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding happiness. What does it really mean to be happy? Is it a feeling, a state of mind, or is it something more? Many people spend their lives searching for happiness, yet it remains elusive. Some believe it comes from success. Others think it's about wealth, love, or the perfect lifestyle. But even those who seem to have it all often feel something is missing. So, what is true happiness? And why does it seem so hard to hold on to? In this chapter, we will explore the nature of happiness, what it is, what it isn't, and why so many people struggle to find it. We will uncover the myths that keep us chasing the wrong things. And most importantly, we will reveal what science and experience tell us about creating lasting happiness. Let's begin. The difference between pleasure and true happiness. Happiness is often confused with pleasure. The thrill of buying something new, the excitement of an achievement, or the joy of a vacation. These moments feel good, but they don't last. Pleasure is fleeting. It comes and goes like waves in the ocean. It gives us a temporary high, but it fades quickly. This is why people keep chasing more success, more possessions, more recognition. But no matter how much they get, the feeling never stays. True happiness, on the other hand, is deeper. It's not just a moment of joy. It's a state of being. It's the sense of contentment that comes from within, not from external events. It's the quiet confidence that life is meaningful, even in difficult times. Think of it like this. Pleasure is like a sparkler. It burns brightly for a moment, then disappears. True happiness is like a candle. It glows steadily, giving warmth and light even in the darkness. To create lasting happiness, we need to shift our focus from chasing pleasure to building something deeper. The myths that keep us stuck. Many people believe they will be happy when they get the perfect job, when they find the right partner, when they achieve their goals. This belief is one of the biggest traps. Research shows that external achievements only bring a short boost in happiness. After a while, we return to our usual emotional state. Psychologists call this the happiness set point, the tendency for people to return to a baseline level of happiness, no matter what happens. For example, studies have found that lottery winners experience an initial surge of happiness, but within a year most return to their previous level of well-being. The same is true in the opposite direction. People who face challenges, like job loss or illness, often recover emotionally over time. This means that happiness is not about what happens to us, it's about how we respond. It's about what we choose to focus on and how we shape our daily lives. Another myth is that happiness comes from avoiding discomfort. Many people believe that if they eliminate stress, hardship, or negative emotions, they will finally be happy. But real happiness isn't about avoiding pain. It's about learning to navigate life with a sense of peace and purpose, no matter the circumstances. The science of happiness. Happiness is not just a feeling, it's a combination of thoughts, habits, and behaviors. And science has uncovered powerful insights into what truly makes people happy. One key discovery is that happiness is not fixed. While genetics play a role, studies show that up to 40% of our happiness is within our control. This means that the choices we make each day have a direct impact on how we feel. Positive psychology research highlights several factors that contribute to lasting happiness. Gratitude. People who regularly express gratitude experience higher levels of happiness and well-being. Relationships. Strong social connections are one of the most important predictors of happiness. Purpose. Having a sense of meaning in life creates deep and lasting fulfillment. Mindfulness. Being present and engaged in the moment reduces stress and increases joy. Acts of kindness. Helping others has been shown to boost happiness levels more than personal achievements. The key takeaway is this: happiness is not something we find, it's something we create through daily actions and mindset shifts. A real-world example: the case of two brothers. Imagine two brothers, Jake and David. They grew up in the same home, faced the same challenges, and had similar opportunities. But their outlook on life was completely different. Jake believed that happiness came from achievement. He worked long hours, always striving for more. He told himself, "I'll be happy when I reach the next goal." But every time he succeeded, he felt empty. He was always chasing, never satisfied. David, on the other hand, saw happiness differently. He focused on enjoying the process, not just the results. He found joy in small moments, built meaningful relationships, and practiced gratitude. He understood that happiness wasn't in the future, it was in how he lived each day. Years later, despite similar careers and circumstances, their levels of happiness were drastically different. Jake was still searching. David had found what Jake was missing. This story reflects a simple truth: happiness is not about what you have, it's about how you live. How to shift your perspective. If you've been chasing happiness without finding it, it's time to shift your perspective. Here are a few steps to help you get started. Stop waiting for happiness to come later. Choose to find joy in the present moment. Recognize the difference between pleasure and deep fulfillment. Short-term highs will fade, but lasting happiness comes from purpose and connection. Focus on what you can control. External events will always change, but your mindset and daily actions are within your power. Practice gratitude. Start each day by appreciating what you have, rather than focusing on what's missing. Invest in relationships. True happiness is deeply connected to the quality of our relationships. Make time for meaningful connections. Final thoughts: happiness is not a destination. It is not something you will find someday. It is something you cultivate in your daily life. The key to lasting happiness is not in what you achieve, but in how you see the world, and how you choose to live each day. Now that we have explored what happiness really is, let's move forward. In the next chapter, we will dive into one of the most powerful tools for creating lasting joy: gratitude. Your journey to lasting happiness has just begun. Chapter 2. The Power of Gratitude. Imagine waking up tomorrow with only the things you were grateful for today. What would your life look like? Gratitude is one of the most powerful keys to lasting happiness. It has the ability to shift your mindset, improve your well-being, and transform the way you experience life. Many people think of gratitude as something small, just saying thank you or feeling happy about a good moment. But true gratitude goes deeper. It's not just an emotion, it's a way of seeing the world. And when practiced consistently, it has the power to reshape your mind and your life. In this chapter, we will explore how gratitude works, why it's essential for happiness, and how you can make it a daily habit. Let's begin. What is gratitude? Really, gratitude is more than just being polite. It is the act of recognizing and appreciating the good in your life, no matter how small. It is a mindset that focuses on abundance rather than lack. Some people think gratitude means ignoring problems or pretending that everything is perfect. But that's not true. Gratitude does not mean denying hardships. It means choosing to focus on what is still good, even in difficult times. It's about shifting from "I don't have enough" to "I already have so much." From "why is this happening to me" to what can I learn from this. The way you see the world determines how you experience it, and gratitude is one of the simplest ways to change that perspective. The science behind gratitude and happiness. Scientists have studied gratitude for years, and the results are clear. People who practice gratitude regularly are happier, healthier, and more resilient. Research shows that gratitude boosts happiness. Gratitude increases dopamine and serotonin, the brain's feel-good chemicals. This creates a natural mood boost, reduces stress and anxiety. People who focus on gratitude experience lower levels of stress and greater emotional stability. Improves relationships. Expressing gratitude strengthens connections with others, leading to deeper, more meaningful relationships. Enhances physical health. Studies have found that grateful people sleep better, have stronger immune systems, and experience less chronic pain. Increases resilience. Gratitude helps people recover from setbacks faster and see challenges as opportunities for growth. The effects of gratitude are not just emotional, they are biological. When you practice gratitude, your brain literally rewires itself to be happier. Why gratitude is hard for many people. If gratitude is so powerful, why don't more people practice it? One reason is that our brains are wired to focus on the negative. Psychologists call this the negativity bias, the tendency to pay more attention to problems, threats, and challenges than to positive experiences. This bias helped our ancestors survive by keeping them alert to danger. But in today's world, it can make us overlook the good in our lives. Another reason is that many people think gratitude is only for big things, getting a promotion, buying a house, or reaching a goal. But the truth is, the most powerful gratitude comes from appreciating the small, everyday moments. Happiness is not found in rare, life-changing events. It's found in daily gratitude for simple things, like the warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, or the kindness of a stranger. A story of gratitude in action. Let me share a story. There was once a man named Tom who had everything: a good job, a nice home, and a loving family. But he felt constantly stressed and unhappy. He always focused on what wasn't working, what he hadn't achieved, or what others had that he didn't. One day, a friend challenged him to start a gratitude journal. At first it felt silly. He didn't think it would make a difference, but he decided to give it a try. Each night he wrote down 3 things he was grateful for. At first it was hard. His mind kept going back to problems. But he kept going. Over time he started noticing small things he had never appreciated before. His morning coffee, the comfort of his bed, a simple conversation with a friend. Something changed. He felt lighter. He smiled more. His stress levels dropped. And for the first time in a long time, he felt genuinely happy. Tom's life hadn't changed, but his perspective had, and that changed everything. How to make gratitude a daily habit. The good news is that gratitude is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. Here are some simple ways to bring gratitude into your daily life. 1. Start a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big, they just have to be real. For example, I'm grateful for the fresh air this morning. I'm grateful for a kind message from a friend. I'm grateful for a good meal today. The key is to be consistent. Over time, your brain will start noticing more things to appreciate. 2. Express gratitude to others. Make it a habit to tell people you appreciate them. A simple thank you can strengthen relationships and spread happiness. Try this. Send a short message to someone who has helped you. Compliment a coworker or family member. Write a note of appreciation for someone who made a difference in your life. 3. Shift your perspective. When facing a challenge, ask yourself, what can I be grateful for in this situation? Even in difficult moments, there is often something to appreciate: a lesson, a moment of growth, or a small act of kindness. 4. Practice gratitude in the morning and night. Start your day by thinking of one thing you're grateful for. End your day by reflecting on something positive that happened. This simple habit can set the tone for your entire day and help you sleep better at night. Final thoughts. Gratitude is not just a practice, it's a way of living. It has the power to shift your focus from what's missing to what's already present. It turns ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. It helps you find joy, even in the simplest things. If you take just one thing from this chapter, let it be this. Happiness is not about having more. It's about appreciating what you already have. Now that we've explored the power of gratitude, let's move forward. In the next chapter, we'll dive into another essential key to lasting happiness, the power of meaningful connections. Your journey continues. Chapter 3. Meaningful connections. What if the key to lasting happiness wasn't something you could buy, achieve, or chase? What if it was already around you, waiting to be nurtured? Science and experience tell us that human connection is one of the most powerful sources of happiness. The strength of our relationships impacts our emotional well-being, our health, and even our lifespan. Yet, in a world that is more connected than ever, many people feel lonely. Social media gives us instant access to others, but real human connection, the kind that brings true happiness, goes deeper. In this chapter, we will explore why relationships matter, what makes them meaningful, and how to cultivate deep, fulfilling connections that bring joy and purpose to life. Let's begin. Why relationships matter more than you think. Imagine a life filled with success, wealth, and achievements, but without close relationships. Would you truly be happy? One of the longest studies on happiness, conducted by Harvard researchers over 80 years, found a clear answer. The greatest predictor of long-term happiness is not money, fame, or success. It is the quality of our relationships. People who have deep, meaningful connections tend to be happier and more fulfilled. Strong relationships provide emotional support, laughter, and shared experiences that enrich life. Healthier, studies show that people with strong social ties have lower stress, stronger immune systems, and even longer lifespans. More resilient, during difficult times, relationships provide a sense of security, helping us navigate challenges with greater strength. It's not about the number of friends or followers, it's about the depth of connection. The difference between surface level and deep connections. Not all relationships bring happiness. Some connections feel empty, one-sided, or even draining. Think about the people in your life. Are your interactions meaningful, or do they feel routine? Do you feel truly seen and valued, or just going through the motions? There are two types of connections: surface-level connections. These are based on small talk, shared interests, or social convenience. They are pleasant but lack depth. Deep, meaningful connections. These go beyond casual conversation. They are built on trust, vulnerability, and genuine care. Meaningful connections don't happen by accident. They require intention, effort, and presence. A story of true connection. Let me share a story. Emma and Sarah had been friends for years. They met often, exchanged messages, and followed each other's lives on social media. From the outside, they seemed close. But one day, Emma realized something. Despite all their interactions, she didn't really know Sarah. They rarely talked about anything deep. Their conversations stayed on the surface. So, Emma decided to change that. The next time they met, she asked a simple question: "How are you really?" At first, Sarah gave the usual answer: "I'm fine." But when Emma showed genuine interest, Sarah opened up about her struggles, her dreams, and her fears. That moment transformed their friendship. For the first time, they felt truly connected. This story reveals something important. Deep connections don't just happen. They are created through real conversations, active listening, and emotional presence. How to build more meaningful connections. If you want to experience the happiness that comes from deep relationships, you must take intentional steps to nurture them. Here's how. 1. Be present. One of the greatest gifts you can give someone is your full attention. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Phones, notifications, and busy schedules make it easy to only be half there in conversations. Try this. When talking to someone, put away your phone, make eye contact. Truly listen rather than thinking about what to say next. Being fully present creates deeper, more fulfilling interactions. 2. Ask deeper questions. Instead of the usual "how's your day?" ask questions that invite meaningful conversation. Try asking, "What's been on your mind lately? What's something you're really excited about right now? What's a challenge you're facing, and how can I support you?" People crave genuine connection. A simple, thoughtful question can open the door to a much deeper bond. 3. Show appreciation and gratitude. People often go through life without feeling truly appreciated. A sincere word of gratitude can strengthen any relationship. Try this. Tell a friend why you value them. Thank a family member for something they've done. Compliment someone not just for what they do but for who they are. Small moments of appreciation can make a big impact. 4. Be vulnerable and authentic. True connection requires honesty and openness. When you allow yourself to be real, you give others permission to do the same. Being vulnerable doesn't mean oversharing. It means being genuine. It means saying, I don't have it all figured out, or I've been struggling with this. Authenticity builds trust, and trust deepens connection. 5. Nurture relationships with time and effort. Strong relationships don't grow without care. Like a plant, they need attention, nourishment, and consistency. Make time for the people who matter. Even small efforts, checking in, sending a thoughtful message, or making plans, show that you value the relationship. The happiest people prioritize relationships, not just when it's convenient, but as a core part of their life. The impact of meaningful connections on happiness. When you have people you can trust, who truly understand you and who stand by you through life's highs and lows, your sense of happiness deepens. Relationships bring laughter, shared experiences, support, and love, all essential ingredients for lasting happiness. So ask yourself, who are the people in your life that bring you joy? How can you deepen those connections? Final thoughts. At the end of life, people don't regret not working more or achieving more. They regret not spending more time with the people they love. Happiness is not just about what you do, it's about who you share it with. Take the time to nurture real connections. Make an effort to be present, to listen, to appreciate, and to be vulnerable. These simple choices will lead to deeper, more fulfilling relationships and a happier, more meaningful life. Now that we've explored the power of connection, let's move forward. In the next chapter, we will dive into another key to lasting happiness, the importance of purpose and meaning in life. Your journey continues. Chapter 4. The role of purpose. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it your job, your family, a dream you are chasing? Or do you sometimes feel like you're just going through the motions, unsure of why you do what you do? There is a reason why some people wake up excited about life while others feel lost, stuck, or unfulfilled. The difference is purpose. Purpose is more than just a goal. It is a deep sense of meaning that gives direction to your life. It is the feeling that what you do matters, not just to you but to the world around you. People with a strong sense of purpose tend to be happier, healthier, and more resilient. They experience deeper satisfaction, greater motivation, and a stronger sense of fulfillment. In this chapter, we will explore why purpose is essential for lasting happiness, how to discover what truly matters to you, and how to align your life with your purpose. Let's begin. Why purpose matters for happiness. Imagine two people doing the same job. One sees it as a burden, a way to pay the bills, nothing more. Every day feels like a chore. The other sees it as a mission. They believe their work makes a difference. It gives them a sense of fulfillment, even when it's challenging. The difference between these two people is not their job. It's their sense of purpose. Studies show that people who feel a strong sense of purpose experience greater happiness. A clear sense of purpose gives life meaning, making everyday tasks feel more fulfilling. Higher resilience. When life gets tough, purpose helps people stay strong and push forward. Better mental and physical health. Research suggests that people with a strong purpose live longer, have lower stress levels, and experience less depression. Happiness isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about feeling that your life matters. The myth of finding purpose. Many people believe that purpose is something you find, as if it's hiding somewhere, waiting to be discovered. But the truth is, purpose is not found. It is created. It's not something you stumble upon one day. It's something you develop over time, by exploring, learning, and aligning your actions with what matters most to you. Your purpose does not have to be something grand. It doesn't have to be about changing the world or achieving fame. It simply needs to be meaningful to you. A story of purpose in action. Let me share a story. David was a retired teacher. For years he loved his job, but after retirement he felt lost. Without his work he wondered, what's my purpose now? One day he decided to volunteer at a local community center, helping kids with their homework. At first it was just a way to pass the time, but soon he realized something. He still had the ability to make a difference. Helping those kids gave him a sense of purpose. It reminded him that his impact didn't end with retirement. It wasn't about having a job. It was about doing something that mattered. This story shows that purpose is not about what you do, it's about why you do it. How to discover your purpose. If you feel unsure about your purpose, don't worry. Purpose is not always obvious. It develops through curiosity, reflection, and action. Here are some steps to help you explore and define your purpose. Identify what energizes you. Think about the activities that make you feel excited, engaged, or deeply fulfilled. These are often clues to your purpose. Ask yourself, what activities make me lose track of time? What challenges do I enjoy solving? When do I feel most alive? 2. Reflect on your values. Your purpose is deeply connected to what you value. Think about the moments in your life when you felt most proud or fulfilled. What values were you living out? Common values that drive purpose include helping others, making a difference in people's lives, creativity, expressing ideas in a meaningful way, growth, learning, teaching, or personal development, community, building strong relationships and connections. By understanding your core values, you can align your actions with what truly matters to you. 3. Notice what problems you care about. Often purpose is found in the things we deeply care about, causes, challenges, or injustices that inspire us to take action. Ask yourself, what problems in the world make me want to help? How can I contribute, even in small ways? Purpose often emerges when we connect our skills and passions with something bigger than ourselves. 4. Experiment and take action. Many people feel stuck because they are waiting for clarity before taking action. But in reality, purpose is discovered through action. Try different things. Explore new interests. Say yes to opportunities that excite you. The more you experiment, the clearer your sense of purpose will become. Living with purpose every day. Once you have an idea of your purpose, the next step is aligning your daily life with it. Here's how. 1. Infuse purpose into what you already do. You don't have to change your entire life to live with purpose. You can bring purpose into whatever you do, your job, your relationships, your daily routine. For example, if you work in customer service, focus on how you can brighten someone's day. If you are a parent, embrace your role as a mentor and guide. If you love creating, find ways to share your creativity with others. Purpose is not about what you do, it's about how you do it. 2. Set purpose-driven goals. Having a clear purpose makes goal setting easier and more meaningful. Instead of setting goals based on what you think you should do, set goals based on what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, does this goal align with my values? Will this bring meaning and fulfillment to my life? When your goals are rooted in purpose, they become more inspiring and motivating. 3. Serve others. One of the most powerful ways to experience purpose is by helping others. Whether it's through your work, volunteering, or simple acts of kindness, giving to others creates a deep sense of fulfillment. Happiness is not just about personal success, it's about making an impact. Final thoughts. Purpose is not something you wait for, it's something you create. It's not about a single moment of realization, it's about living each day with intention, aligning your actions with what truly matters to you. You don't need all the answers right now. Start where you are. Follow what excites you. Take small steps toward a more meaningful life. Now that we've explored the role of purpose, let's move forward. In the next chapter we will uncover another key to lasting happiness, the power of mastering your mind. Your journey continues. Chapter 5, Mastering the Mind. Your mind is a powerful tool. It can lift you up, inspire you, and help you overcome any challenge. But it can also hold you back, filling your days with worry, doubt, and negativity. The way you think shapes the way you experience life. Two people can go through the same event, but their reactions may be completely different. One may see failure, while the other sees a lesson. One may feel stuck, while the other sees an opportunity to grow. Happiness is not just about what happens to you. It's about how you interpret what happens to you. In this chapter, we will explore how to train your mind for happiness. You will learn how to manage negative thoughts, practice mindfulness, and develop mental habits that lead to lasting joy. Let's begin. How your thoughts shape your reality. Your mind is constantly talking to you. It tells stories, creates explanations, and makes predictions. But here's the problem. Not all of those thoughts are true. Think about a time when you assumed the worst. Maybe you sent a message and didn't get a reply. Your mind started spinning. Did I say something wrong? Are they ignoring me? But later you found out they were just busy. Our minds love to jump to conclusions. They create fear and worry based on assumptions rather than facts. And these thoughts, repeated over time, shape our emotional state. The good news, you can change your thoughts. You don't have to believe everything your mind tells you. You can train your brain to think in ways that support happiness rather than fear and doubt. The power of reframing. One of the most effective ways to shift your mindset is reframing. This means looking at a situation from a new perspective. For example, instead of "I failed," reframe it as "I learned something valuable." Instead of "this is too hard," reframe it as "this is an opportunity to grow." Instead of "I have to do this," reframe it as "I get to do this." Reframing does not mean ignoring reality. It means choosing a perspective that empowers you instead of holding you back. Try this. The next time you face a challenge, ask yourself, what's another way to see this? Shifting your mindset in small ways can lead to big changes over time. Breaking free from negative thought patterns. Many people are trapped in negative thought loops without even realizing it. Here are some common patterns and how to break free from them. 1. The what-if trap. Thought: what if I fail? What if things go wrong? Solution. Instead of fearing the worst, ask yourself, what if it goes right? Or what's the best that could happen? 2. The I'm not good enough belief. Thought: I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. I'm not worthy. Solution: replace self-doubt with self-compassion. Remind yourself, I am learning. I am growing. I am enough. 3. The everything is permanent illusion. Thought: this situation will never change. I'll always feel this way. Solution: remind yourself that everything is temporary, both good times and bad. Challenges pass, and so do emotions. Training your mind takes practice. But each time you catch a negative thought and reframe it, you strengthen your ability to create a more positive, empowering mindset. The power of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment. Instead of getting lost in thoughts about the past or future, mindfulness brings your focus back to now. Many people spend their lives in autopilot mode. They wake up, go through their day, and barely notice the present moment. But happiness happens now, not in the past or future. Mindfulness helps you reduce stress. By focusing on the present, you let go of worries about things you can't control. Increase happiness. Being fully engaged in the moment enhances joy and appreciation. Improve focus and clarity. Mindfulness sharpens your attention and helps you make better decisions. Simple mindfulness practices. You don't need to meditate for hours to practice mindfulness. Here are a few simple ways to bring mindfulness into your daily life. Mindful breathing. Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. Exhale slowly. This simple act can bring you back to the present. Mindful eating. Instead of rushing through a meal, slow down. Notice the flavors, textures, and sensations. Enjoy each bite. Mindful walking. Pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Notice the sounds, sights, and smells around you. Mindful listening. The next time someone speaks to you, give them your full attention. Truly listen without thinking about what to say next. Mindfulness is not about emptying your mind. It's about becoming aware of your thoughts without getting lost in them. The role of gratitude in mastering the mind. Gratitude is one of the simplest ways to shift your mindset. When you focus on what's good, your mind has less space for negativity. Try this. Each morning think of one thing you're grateful for. Each night reflect on a positive moment from your day. Training your mind to focus on gratitude creates a habit of happiness. A story of mental strength. Let me share a story. Lisa had always been an overthinker. She worried about the future, doubted herself, and replayed past mistakes in her mind. This constant mental noise made her feel anxious and stuck. One day she decided to try something new. She started practicing mindfulness. Each morning she took a few deep breaths before starting her day. When negative thoughts came, she paused and reframed them. When she felt overwhelmed, she reminded herself to focus on the present. At first it wasn't easy, but over time she noticed a change. She felt calmer, more in control. She still had challenges, but her mind no longer controlled her. She controlled her mind. Lisa's story is proof that small shifts in mindset can create big changes in happiness. Final thoughts. Your mind can be your greatest ally or your biggest obstacle. The way you think shapes your emotions, your actions, and your happiness. But the good news is, you are not your thoughts. You can train your mind to work for you instead of against you. By practicing mindfulness, reframing negative thoughts, and focusing on gratitude, you can master your mind and create a life filled with joy and peace. Now that we've explored the power of mindset, let's move forward. In the next chapter we will dive into another key to lasting happiness, the joy of giving and how generosity transforms your life. Your journey continues. Chapter 6. The Joy of Giving. Giving is a universal language. It transcends cultures, beliefs, and borders. It is one of the most profound expressions of human connection. But beyond the simple act of offering something to another, giving has the power to transform lives. It enriches not only the receiver but also the giver, bringing a deep sense of fulfillment, joy, and purpose. In this chapter we explore the beauty of giving, why it matters, and how it can create lasting impact in our lives and the world around us. The science behind giving. Psychologists and neuroscientists have long studied the effects of giving. Studies show that when we give, our brains release endorphins, the same chemicals responsible for feelings of happiness and well-being. This phenomenon, often called the helper's high, explains why acts of kindness and generosity make us feel good. Giving activates areas of the brain associated with pleasure, social connection, and trust, reinforcing the idea that generosity is not only good for others but also beneficial to our own mental and emotional health. Research from leading institutions suggests that people who engage in regular giving experience lower stress levels, improved heart health, and even increased life expectancy. Whether through charitable donations, acts of kindness, or volunteering, the act of giving generates positive physiological and psychological effects that can improve our quality of life. The different forms of giving. Many people associate giving with financial contributions, such as donating to charities or supporting a cause. While financial generosity is a meaningful way to make an impact, giving takes many forms. Understanding the different ways we can give helps us see that everyone, regardless of wealth, can be generous in their own way. Giving time. One of the most valuable things we can offer is our time. Volunteering at a shelter, mentoring a young professional, or simply spending quality time with someone in need of companionship are all forms of generosity that cost nothing but can mean everything. Giving skills and knowledge, sharing expertise and wisdom can empower others to succeed. Whether teaching someone a new skill, offering career guidance, or providing emotional support, passing on knowledge can have a lasting impact. Giving encouragement and compassion. A kind word, a thoughtful note, or a simple smile can brighten someone's day. Emotional generosity often holds as much weight as material gifts. Giving resources, sometimes offering tangible support such as donating food, clothing, or medical supplies, can be life-changing for those in need. Giving opportunities. Helping others access opportunities they might not have otherwise is a powerful way to uplift communities. Whether introducing someone to a key connection, sponsoring education, or recommending a colleague for a promotion, enabling others to grow can be incredibly rewarding. The ripple effect of generosity. Giving has a way of creating a ripple effect. One act of kindness can inspire another, setting off a chain reaction of goodwill. Consider a person who receives a scholarship. This opportunity changes their life, enabling them to achieve academic success. Later they may choose to mentor students in similar situations, passing on the generosity they once received. This cycle continues, influencing more lives and creating a world where kindness and compassion thrive. Organizations and individuals alike have demonstrated the power of this effect. Companies that implement generous policies, such as offering education benefits, investing in employee well-being, or supporting community programs, often experience higher employee engagement, better morale, and stronger customer loyalty. Likewise, individuals who practice consistent generosity find their relationships enriched and their communities strengthened. Stories of transformational giving. One of the most inspiring aspects of giving is witnessing its transformative power. Throughout history, many figures have embodied the spirit of generosity in remarkable ways. Take the story of Andrew Carnegie, a business magnate who dedicated much of his fortune to philanthropic efforts. He built thousands of libraries worldwide, enabling countless people to access knowledge and education. His generosity continues to impact lives even today, long after his passing. On a smaller but equally significant scale, consider the story of an ordinary teacher who chose to sponsor meals for underprivileged students. Over time, those students excelled in school, pursued higher education, and later returned to their communities to mentor others. What began as one person's willingness to help turned into a cycle of opportunity and growth for many. These stories illustrate that giving does not require immense wealth. It requires intention, compassion, and a willingness to make a difference. How to cultivate a habit of giving. Embracing a giving mindset does not happen overnight. However, with conscious effort, generosity can become a natural part of our daily lives. Here are some ways to nurture a spirit of giving. Start small. Giving does not have to be grand to be meaningful. Small, consistent acts of kindness, such as buying a meal for a stranger, writing a note of appreciation, or lending a listening ear, can make a significant difference. Make giving a priority. Schedule time for generosity, whether it is through volunteer work, mentoring, or financial contributions. When giving becomes part of our routine, it becomes second nature. Give without expectation. True generosity is selfless. The joy of giving comes from knowing we have helped others, without expecting anything in return. Lead by example. When we give, we inspire others to do the same. Leading by example creates a culture of kindness and generosity in families, workplaces, and communities. Reflect on the impact. Taking time to reflect on how our generosity has affected others reinforces the importance of giving. Whether through gratitude letters, testimonials, or personal observations, seeing the positive effects of our actions fuels a continued desire to give. Conclusion: the lasting joy of generosity. The joy of giving is a gift in itself. When we give, we not only contribute to the well-being of others but also enrich our own lives. Generosity fosters connection, purpose, and a sense of fulfillment that no material possession can replace. By embracing the power of giving, whether through time, skills, resources, or kindness, we create a world that is more compassionate, supportive, and filled with opportunities for all. Ultimately, giving is more than an action. It is a way of life, one that leads to lasting happiness and a legacy of goodwill. And the beauty of it all: the more we give, the more joy we receive in return. Chapter 7. Embracing simplicity. Life in the modern world is fast-paced, filled with endless responsibilities, digital distractions, and societal pressures. We are constantly encouraged to do more, own more, and achieve more. But amid the noise and complexity, many are discovering the profound joy of simplicity. Embracing simplicity is not about deprivation or limitation. It is about creating space for what truly matters. It is about finding clarity, peace, and fulfillment in a world that often feels overwhelming. The power of simplification. Simplicity is more than a minimalist lifestyle or a neatly organized home. It is a mindset, a conscious choice to remove excess and focus on what brings true happiness. Studies show that reducing clutter, both physical and mental, can improve focus, lower stress, and increase overall well-being. Consider the difference between a cluttered room and a well-organized space. In a chaotic environment, our minds feel scattered, making it difficult to concentrate. But in a clean, minimal setting, we can think clearly and move freely. The same applies to life. When we remove unnecessary distractions, obligations, and possessions, we make room for meaningful experiences, relationships, and personal growth. The mental benefits of simplicity. Psychologists have long emphasized the connection between simplicity and mental well-being. When we streamline our lives, we free ourselves from the burden of decision fatigue, stress, and overcommitment. Studies suggest that those who embrace simplicity experience reduced stress. A less cluttered life leads to a calmer mind. Greater focus. With fewer distractions, we can concentrate on what truly matters. Stronger relationships. By prioritizing meaningful connections, we foster deeper bonds. Increased gratitude. A simpler life helps us appreciate what we have instead of chasing what we lack. More creativity. With fewer mental distractions, our minds have room to innovate and dream. The art of letting go. Simplicity often begins with letting go of physical clutter, unnecessary commitments, and even outdated beliefs. Many people hold on to things out of habit, nostalgia, or fear of scarcity. But in truth, releasing what no longer serves us allows for greater freedom and peace. Decluttering possessions. One of the simplest ways to embrace simplicity is by minimizing physical clutter. A helpful rule is to ask, does this item bring me joy or serve a purpose? If not, it may be time to let it go. Saying no. Many people overcommit out of obligation, leading to stress and burnout. Learning to say no to things that do not align with personal priorities is essential for a balanced life. Releasing negative thoughts. Simplicity is not just about physical decluttering, it is also about mental clarity. Letting go of grudges, worries, and self-doubt creates space for peace and positivity. Finding joy in the simple things. Simplicity allows us to rediscover joy in life's smallest moments. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee, a walk in nature, an uninterrupted conversation with a loved one, these experiences often bring more happiness than material possessions ever could. Mindful living. Being present in the moment helps us appreciate life's simple pleasures. Quality over quantity. Whether in relationships, possessions, or experiences, choosing quality over quantity leads to greater fulfillment. Slowing down. Rushing through life can make us miss its beauty. Embracing a slower, more intentional pace allows for deeper appreciation and contentment. Practical steps to simplify your life. Evaluate priorities. Identify what truly matters and align your daily actions with those values. Minimize distractions. Reduce digital clutter by limiting screen time and unnecessary notifications. Simplify finances. Streamlining expenses and avoiding unnecessary purchases can reduce financial stress. Practice gratitude. Appreciating what we have shifts our focus from accumulation to contentment. Create space, both physically and mentally. Make room for the things that bring joy and purpose. Conclusion. The beauty of a simple life. Embracing simplicity does not mean sacrificing comfort or ambition. It means making intentional choices that lead to a more fulfilling and peaceful life. By focusing on what truly matters, we unlock a life of clarity, purpose, and joy. Simplicity is not about having less, it is about making room for more of what enriches our lives. And in that we find true freedom. Chapter 8. Resilience and Inner Strength. Life is unpredictable. Challenges arise when we least expect them, and adversity tests our limits. Yet within each of us lies a wellspring of resilience and inner strength, capable of guiding us through even the darkest of times. Resilience is not just about surviving hardships, It is about thriving despite them. It is about adapting, growing, and emerging stronger, with every challenge faced, understanding resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep moving forward despite difficulties. It is not an innate trait reserved for a select few, rather it is a skill that can be cultivated and strengthened over time. Research in psychology shows that resilience is closely linked to mindset, emotional intelligence, and coping mechanisms. Those who develop resilience tend to have a greater sense of purpose, higher emotional well-being, and a more optimistic outlook on life. The foundations of inner strength. Inner strength is the foundation of resilience. It is the deep-seated confidence that allows us to face difficulties with courage and determination. Building inner strength involves developing self-awareness. Understanding our emotions, triggers, and responses helps us navigate challenges with clarity. Emotional regulation. Managing our reactions in stressful situations prevents overwhelm and fosters effective problem-solving. Positive mindset. Focusing on solutions rather than obstacles strengthens our ability to persevere. Self-compassion. Being kind to ourselves during difficult times prevents self-doubt from taking hold. Purpose and meaning. A strong sense of purpose fuels motivation and resilience during hardships. The role of adversity in growth. Though challenges are often uncomfortable, they provide opportunities for growth. Many of the most successful individuals have faced tremendous hardships yet emerged stronger because of them. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. His resilience enabled him to view failure not as defeat but as a necessary step toward success. Similarly, individuals who have overcome personal struggles often find that their hardships shape them into stronger, more compassionate people. Difficult experiences build character, foster wisdom, and cultivate empathy for others who are facing similar challenges. Strategies for cultivating resilience. Resilience is like a muscle, it grows stronger with practice. Here are practical strategies to build resilience and inner strength. Shift your perspective. Instead of viewing challenges as roadblocks, see them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Develop a growth mindset. Embrace the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and perseverance. Strengthen support systems. Surround yourself with supportive friends, family, and mentors who encourage resilience and emotional strength. Practice self-care. Taking care of physical and mental health provides the energy and stability needed to handle stress. Set realistic goals. Breaking down challenges into manageable steps makes them less overwhelming and more achievable. Embrace adaptability. Being open to change and flexible in approach allows for smoother navigation through uncertainty. The power of mindset. A resilient mindset does not mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging struggles while maintaining hope and determination. Individuals with a resilient mindset reframe challenges as opportunities. Focus on what they can control. Cultivate gratitude even in difficult times. See setbacks as temporary rather than permanent. Adopting this mindset allows us to approach difficulties with a sense of empowerment rather than defeat. Resilience in everyday life. Resilience is not only needed in major life crises but also in daily challenges. Whether facing workplace stress, personal setbacks, or unexpected changes, resilience helps maintain stability and well-being. Even small acts, such as adjusting to a new routine, handling constructive criticism, or overcoming a minor failure, contribute to long-term resilience. Conclusion: strength through struggles. Resilience and inner strength are not about avoiding hardship but about learning to navigate it with confidence and grace. Every challenge presents an opportunity to grow, and every setback holds the potential for a comeback. By developing resilience, we cultivate a mindset that transforms obstacles into stepping stones and hardships into opportunities for strength. In embracing resilience, we not only survive, we thrive. Chapter 9. The Science of Happiness. Happiness. It is the one thing nearly everyone seeks, yet it often feels just out of reach. We chase it in our careers, relationships, and material possessions. But does that truly bring lasting happiness? Science offers some surprising answers. In this chapter, we will explore what happiness really means, how our brains process it, and what research suggests about cultivating a happier life. Through compelling stories, psychological insights, and practical strategies, we will uncover the science behind genuine and sustainable happiness. The mystery of happiness. What is it really? Ask 10 people what happiness means, and you'll likely get 10 different answers. Some say it's about achieving goals. Others link it to love, health, or financial security. But happiness, as researchers define it, is a combination of emotional well-being and life satisfaction. It is not just a fleeting moment of joy, but a deeper, more enduring state. Psychologists often distinguish between two types of happiness. Hedonic happiness, the pleasure-driven kind. It comes from enjoyable experiences like a great meal, a vacation, or winning an award. Eudaimonic happiness, the kind that stems from purpose, meaning, and personal growth. It's found in deep relationships, meaningful work, and contributing to something greater than oneself. Both play a role in our overall well-being, but eudaimonic happiness tends to bring more lasting fulfillment. How the brain processes happiness. Happiness is not just an abstract feeling, it is a biochemical process. Scientists have identified key neurotransmitters and brain structures that contribute to our sense of joy and contentment. Dopamine, known as the reward chemical, dopamine surges when we experience pleasure, accomplish a goal, or receive recognition. Serotonin, often called the happiness chemical, serotonin helps regulate mood and emotional stability. Endorphins, these are the body's natural pain relievers and mood boosters, released during exercise and laughter. Oxytocin, referred to as the love hormone, oxytocin strengthens social bonds and emotional connection. Studies show that happiness is not merely about external circumstances, but about how our brain interprets and responds to events. This means we have more control over our happiness than we might think. The happiness set point. Can we really become happier? Research suggests that each person has a happiness set point, a baseline level of happiness influenced by genetics. But while about 50% of happiness may be hereditary, 40% is shaped by intentional activities and habits. The remaining 10% comes from life circumstances such as wealth, health, and status. This means that while genetics play a role, we have significant power to increase our happiness through our thoughts, behaviors, and choices. The myths of happiness. What doesn't work? Many people believe that happiness comes from external achievements, landing a dream job, buying a new house, or finding the perfect partner. While these things can boost happiness temporarily, research shows that we quickly return to our baseline level of happiness. This is known as hedonic adaptation, our tendency to adjust to new circumstances and return to our usual emotional state. Another common misconception is that avoiding pain leads to happiness. In reality, challenges, struggles, and even failures can contribute to long-term happiness by fostering resilience, personal growth, and deeper appreciation for life. Practical strategies for lasting happiness. Science offers many strategies for increasing happiness, and most of them do not require major life changes. Here are some of the most effective ways to cultivate lasting well-being. 1. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for increasing happiness. Studies show that regularly expressing gratitude improves mood, reduces stress, and enhances relationships. Keep a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you are thankful for each day. Express appreciation to friends, family, or colleagues. Reflect on positive experiences at the end of each day. 2. Build meaningful relationships. Strong social connections are one of the biggest predictors of happiness. People who have close, supportive relationships tend to be happier and live longer. Prioritize time with loved ones. Engage in deep, meaningful conversations. Show kindness and support to others. 3. Engage in acts of kindness. Giving to others increases happiness more than receiving. Helping others activates areas of the brain associated with pleasure and reward. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Perform random acts of kindness like buying coffee for a stranger. Offer emotional support to those in need. 4. Cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset, the belief that you can improve and develop through effort, enhances resilience and life satisfaction. View challenges as opportunities to learn. Embrace failure as part of the growth process. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. 5. Prioritize experiences over possessions. Material goods bring short-term pleasure, but experiences create lasting memories and greater overall happiness. Invest in travel, learning, and shared experiences. Try new activities that bring joy and excitement. Focus on moments rather than material wealth. 6. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness, being present in the moment, reduces stress and increases happiness. Take a few minutes each day to focus on your breath. Pay attention to your senses while walking or eating. Meditate to calm the mind and improve emotional regulation. 7. Take care of your body. Physical health and mental well-being are deeply connected. Exercise regularly to boost endorphins. Get enough sleep for better emotional balance. Eat a nutritious diet to support brain function. Conclusion: the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is not something we find, it is something we create. It is not dependent on luck, wealth, or external validation, but on how we think, act, and engage with the world. The science of happiness teaches us that lasting joy comes from meaningful relationships, gratitude, kindness, and personal growth. It is within our power to cultivate a happier life through small, intentional choices each day. As you move forward, consider what habits you can incorporate into your life to enhance your well-being. Happiness is not a destination, it is a journey, one that you have the power to shape. Chapter 10. Creating a life you love. Happiness is not just about fleeting moments of joy. It is about intentionally shaping a life that feels meaningful, fulfilling, and aligned with who you truly are. Creating a life you love requires self-reflection, courage, and action. It is not about achieving perfection, but about making choices that bring greater satisfaction and purpose. In this chapter, we will explore how to design a life that excites and inspires you. We will discuss how to define your values, pursue passions, cultivate positive habits, and make intentional decisions that lead to long-term fulfillment. The power of intention, defining what matters most. Before you can create a life you love, you must understand what truly matters to you. Too often, people follow paths dictated by societal expectations, family pressures, or the pursuit of financial success, without considering whether those choices align with their deepest values. Take a moment to reflect on these key questions. What brings you a sense of joy and fulfillment? What activities make you lose track of time? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? What values do you want your life to reflect? Clarifying your core values will help you make choices that are in harmony with your authentic self. Designing a life around your passions. Passion fuels purpose. When you engage in activities that ignite your enthusiasm, you create a life filled with energy and excitement. But discovering and pursuing passions is not always straightforward. It requires curiosity, experimentation, and an openness to new experiences. Steps to discover and cultivate your passions. Explore new experiences. Try different activities, hobbies, and career paths to see what resonates. Pay attention to what excites you. Notice the things that naturally interest you or make you feel alive. Develop your skills. Passion often grows through mastery. The more skilled you become, the more fulfilling the experience. Incorporate passion into daily life. Even if you cannot turn a passion into a full-time career, make space for it in your routine. The role of mindset in creating a fulfilling life. Your mindset shapes your reality. People who believe in their ability to grow and adapt are more likely to create a life they love. A growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed, allows you to overcome obstacles and embrace challenges as opportunities for learning. To cultivate a positive mindset, shift from a fixed perspective, "I'm not good at this," to a growth-oriented one. "I can improve with effort." Surround yourself with supportive and encouraging people. Practice self-compassion and avoid harsh self-criticism. Reframe failures as stepping stones to success, building habits that align with your ideal life. Big life changes often come from small, consistent actions. Your daily habits shape your future, so it is essential to develop routines that align with your goals and values. Key habits for a fulfilling life. Morning reflection. Start each day by setting an intention or practicing gratitude. Prioritizing health. Exercise, sleep, and nutrition are fundamental to well-being and productivity. Continuous learning. Read, take courses, or seek new challenges to keep growing. Connection and community. Nurture relationships that bring joy and support. Time management. Focus on what matters most and eliminate distractions. Overcoming fear and resistance. Creating a life you love requires stepping outside your comfort zone. Fear of failure, self-doubt, or societal expectations can hold you back from pursuing your dreams. However, growth happens when you take risks and embrace uncertainty. Strategies to overcome fear. Acknowledge fear without letting it control you. Recognize that fear is a natural response to change. Take small steps. You do not have to make drastic changes overnight. Start with manageable actions. Seek inspiration. Read about people who have successfully transformed their lives. Visualize success. Imagine yourself achieving your goals and focus on the excitement rather than the obstacles. Making conscious life decisions. Creating a life you love requires making choices that align with your values, passions, and goals. This means saying no to things that drain your energy and yes to opportunities that bring joy and meaning. When making major life decisions, ask yourself, does this choice align with my values and goals? Will this bring me closer to the life I envision? How will this decision impact my long-term happiness? Am I making this choice out of fear or love? Being intentional with your decisions ensures that you are actively shaping your life rather than simply reacting to circumstances. The journey, not just the destination. A fulfilling life is not about reaching a final destination. It is about enjoying the process. Too often people delay happiness, believing they will be content once they reach a certain milestone, whether it's financial success, a relationship, or career achievement. The key is to find joy in the present while still striving for growth. Ways to enjoy the journey. Celebrate small wins and progress. Practice mindfulness and be present in daily experiences. Cultivate gratitude for what you have while working toward your dreams. Stay flexible and open to change. Conclusion: taking ownership of your life. Creating a life you love is a choice. It requires intention, courage, and consistent action. By identifying your values, following your passions, developing positive habits, and making conscious decisions, you can design a life that feels deeply fulfilling. The power is in your hands. You are not just a participant in life, you are its creator. As you move forward, take ownership of your choices, embrace challenges with a growth mindset, and remember that the journey itself is what makes life truly meaningful. Conclusion: your path to lasting happiness. Happiness is not a distant dream, nor is it a final destination. It is a journey, one shaped by your choices, habits, and mindset. Throughout this book, we have explored the science, psychology, and practical strategies that lead to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Now, as we reach the conclusion, it is time to reflect on what you have learned and how you can apply it to your own life. The essence of happiness, what we have discovered. Over the course of these chapters, we have uncovered several key truths about happiness. Happiness is not found in external achievements alone. While success, relationships, and wealth can contribute to well-being, lasting happiness comes from within. Gratitude, purpose, and strong connections are fundamental. The happiest people cultivate a deep appreciation for life, engage in meaningful activities, and nurture their relationships. A growth mindset leads to resilience and fulfillment. Viewing challenges as opportunities for learning fosters long-term happiness. Daily habits shape overall well-being. Small, consistent actions such as mindfulness, exercise, and acts of kindness accumulate into a life of joy and satisfaction. With this foundation, the next step is to integrate these insights into your daily life. Crafting your personal happiness blueprint. There is no single formula for happiness, because each person's journey is unique. However, you can create your own path by reflecting on the following questions. What does happiness mean to you? Define what fulfillment looks like in your life. What activities bring you genuine joy? Identify experiences that make you feel energized and alive. Are your daily habits aligned with your long-term well-being? Make adjustments to ensure you are living with intention. How do you handle challenges and setbacks? Develop resilience by viewing difficulties as opportunities for growth. Are you investing in meaningful relationships? Prioritize the people who uplift and support you. By answering these questions, you create a blueprint for a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. Overcoming obstacles to happiness. Even with the best intentions, challenges will arise. Fear, doubt, and life's unpredictability can shake your confidence and disrupt your happiness. However, happiness is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about navigating them with a strong and balanced mindset. Strategies for facing life's challenges. Accept that happiness is not constant. There will be ups and downs, but they do not define your overall well-being. Reframe negative experiences. Look for lessons and opportunities for growth in setbacks. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness, especially in difficult times. Seek support. You do not have to face challenges alone. Lean on friends, family, or mentors. Stay flexible. Be open to change and adapt as new opportunities and obstacles arise. By embracing challenges rather than resisting them, you build resilience and maintain a deeper sense of happiness over time. The power of choice. Taking ownership of your life. At its core, happiness is about choice. You may not control every circumstance, but you do control how you respond. Choosing gratitude over resentment, growth over stagnation, and love over fear transforms the way you experience life. Every day presents an opportunity to make choices that lead to greater well-being. The small decisions, how you start your morning, how you speak to yourself, how you treat others, accumulate over time, shaping the quality of your life. A final reflection: your happiness, your journey. As you move forward, remember that happiness is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about being present, appreciating the beauty in everyday moments, and aligning your life with your true self. You have the knowledge, the tools, and the power to create a life of lasting happiness. The path is yours to walk, and each step you take brings you closer to a more fulfilled and meaningful existence. So ask yourself, what will you choose today?